Hello, YouTube land. What's happening, everybody? I got one bar out of three. Come on, unstable connection. Today, I want to talk about identity. There's a lot of um, things that happen within the identity and the id and such and so forth. And I wanted to do this since Tuesday, which is about 2 days ago. So I'm finally getting a chance here. Let me set up my cards. I'll pull some cards, do it like we usually do it, but really important that everybody understands. People are talking about a lot of things actually now that we're on the subject, and it's a constant back and forth. And this is what I'm always talking about on my show: is how everything is an angle, everything is perceivable based off your angle of perception. So really, when people talk about identity and their personas and personality and ego and all of these kinds of things, people are getting too caught up in what all of that means. For example, um, you know there's a lot of people. I made a post, which I was joking about. It was a goofy, I meant it as a comedy thing. I was talking with a friend, and I basically said how, everybody's talking about, like, oh, in my past life, I was this, or I am this, or because of my this, I am this, because of my history, because of my DNA, because of my soul. So the concept is that personality extends into all multi-dimension, of the multiple dimensions, right? And so people say, like, oh, well, I am, and the joke was like, in my past life, I'm gonna ruin it, but my past life, I was a starfish, and then I went pew 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 at all the bad guys, and that's what I did in my past life, or my past life was this person or this being or this and this, and a lot of us in a lot of the spiritual community, and a lot of people who are, you guys who are waking up to this stuff, you got to realize that you're more than just your identity. You're more than just your identity in this life and your personality in this life. You're more than the persona and identity that you were in your past life. There's a lot of people that are connecting to so many aspects of themselves that they're identifying with, right? For better or for worse, they're all trying to say, oh, I'm this, I'm that. And it still ends up being this one up type of thing where it's like, oh, this is who I am, or that is who I am. And therefore, I have reason to be special or to be strong. And everyone's forgetting the fact of going beyond and beyond and beyond. Like I've always said on this show, you have to kind of kick it back and zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Everybody's too busy identifying with something, right? And this came to me Tuesday, because just being out and about, seeing the world, and noticing how everybody is trying to sort of identify with something. Everybody's wanting to be something. Everybody's wanting to fit in, and that's a natural course of this whole thing, is that we want to fit in, but we already do fit in. You already fit in to exactly where you fit in as your soul, as your oversoul, as the beyond that, as the non-physical, as the non-physical. So everyone's trying to still, like, encapsulate what it is or who it is that they think that they are based off of their past relations. So it's important to remember that while you're expressing these things and you're learning these things about yourself, that you realize you are all of these things, but that still is not the totality of who or what you are and where we come from. Because it's interesting in this day, in age and in life, how everybody is trying, like I say, fitting in or not fitting in, or fitting in with the not fitting in, or this and that. But then people say, oh, you don't have to fit in. But the reality is you already fit in, and we all fit in, and we're all part of the same team, but everyone is still kind of having their differences within all of this stuff. And we're forgetting what's going on. So, shout out to another monkey mind manifestation, monkey 100 monkey episode. What's up? AF exclamation. I love you, miss you. It's this constant, you're identifying with something, and then you're like, oh no, I'm one-upping that, and then I'm going to identify with not that. I'm going to identify with this, and I'm going to identify with that, and everyone is just getting lost again in who they are, what they are, why they're here, what it is, what this is. So it has to come to a point of honesty where you're explaining what you are, who you are from your level. So it's like astrology in your natal chart. If we take this into consideration, that's the persona, the identity that you incarnated into in this physical body currently. That was the time you were born, the space, the area, everything you were born into, right? This vessel was born into. So like, I'm a Libra. So I generally want communication and connectivity and things like this, right? So people, I've been told that, I seem to always want to connect, or I always seem to want to be heard, or I always seem to want to, connect, make friends, I guess, if you will, or to be heard, to find, this and that. And then I say, yeah, because that's what I incarnated as, because in this place and time, I'm here to unite the clans, to remind all of us that we're all the same thing, because nobody's separate. Every persona that you could ever possibly assume, or identity that you could assume, has already been done before. And it's not unique, but you are unique. So we get into the explanations of DNA. And what's my DNA? Well, if my parents, and then these parents, and then they had this, and then they had that, well, that just describes your sense of expression and the way you express yourself and where it comes from. And that has to do with all of the things connected to that DNA, which have to do with your family, which have to do with your ancestors, which have to do with, the family traumas, or whatever that you have, I don't call them traumas, how you are and all these things. Everyone is still figuring out their shadow work, if you will, and you put it that way, right? And the fact of the matter is that it's all already been said and done before. This is not new. This is why I always tease spirit that this is always some school of learning, but there's nothing left to learn, because if you understand it all, it's all already done, and it's already been done. So we're all trying to identify, like, I'm a time mage, I'm a chrono mage, I'm a first level, second level, this level, density, or ancestry, 36 ancestor degree of so many things. And everyone is just we have to make sure that we constantly keep going further and further and further into it all, because everyone is getting so caught up in their own identities and their personalities. And then the flip side, like with the ego, like, oh, your ego is bad, and oh, this and this. It's not bad. It just is. And you have to understand what it is. So there's a difference between saying, I am this, that, and this, based off of what? Well, based off of my DNA, or based off of this identity, or based off this perspective, or based off of this and this. So like I said, I'm a Libra. My general compass is to balance and to unite the clans. That's what this incarnation does. The being that I am, in my immortality and my soul, has so much more to do with the body and the DNA that is actually physically here. And this is what we're all learning as we go along, because our souls are what animate the body. When the body gets severed from its soul connection, when we die, okay, this body dies, right? What happens immediately is we start to decay. and we decay at, how, I don't want to say a rapid pace, at whatever pace that we decay as, because as soon as the soul connection is severed, the life animation gets removed. So there's much more percentage of us that are here, that are utilizing, that use our soul connection. And that's what we're here to remember and to bring. And as you remember your soul connection, a lot of times what happens is people start to assume identities within all of these things. But the truest and the most highest, whatever identity, if you wanted to say there is one, is the all. It is the one. And in that place, we are all the same, and there is no separation. So there's a lot of things going on spiritually, spiritual community. A lot of the collective is waking up and realizing who they are without identity, or without identity and with personality, because personality is great. The personality, the ego, if you will, the part of you that desires to live. And it's, you cannot say that just because you have desires, right? You have emotions, and therefore your emotions are trapping you, and this and this and that. I talk about this all the time so that people can understand the difference between having those emotions, but then being beyond those emotions. There's a reason you have certain emotions, and the reason is either your DNA or it's your soul. And we have to remember your soul. And as everybody connects to that higher aspect of themselves, you're going to realize how much more there is to all of this that goes beyond your DNA. And this is how you change your DNA. This is how you fix your timelines, or your ancestral this, or your personal this. Fixing, or I don't even know what to say, fixing. It's about existing within the all and the none at the same exact time, so that you don't have to identify with anything. And in doing so, you can identify with anything and everything, so that you can start, and we can all start and remember how to have fun again while we're here. This is why humor and jokes are the key to everything, because everybody's too worried about what they said, or who said what, or when it was said, or what somebody means by what they said, or what they think they mean, or what they this and what they that. And in doing so, you're removing the ability for yourself to have a good time, and just say it and then let it go. If we're to exist in the now moment, then we need to express ourselves as our beings in the now moment. Say it and let it go, so that we can keep moving forward, and we can integrate it all, and we can learn from each other along the way. Okay, I'm going to calm down. I'm going to take a sip of water. I just had some dinner, so excuse me. I feel like I want to burp, but I'm not. So there's been a lot of this identity stuff, and everybody is identifying themselves on an emotional level, which has to do with their DNA. And people as a collective, as everyone starts to step beyond your DNA, what is my identity? Is my identity this person you're seeing before me on this screen right now that you're looking? Is it the identity? Is it what I'm saying? Who do you think you are? Right? That's what it all boils down to. I'm a time mage. I'm on the dark side. I'm on the light side. I'm on this side. You're just identifying with more shit that means absolutely nothing, unless you're coming into oneness. And this is what is happening, and is an issue in the world that we live, because everyone is choosing sides constantly. And we need to stop choosing sides, because there's only one side, and that's the side that we're all on together. And the whole reason for all the problems in the lying, in the misdirection, and the misrepresentations, and the false facts, and the creation of the AI, and the creation of the blah 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 blah, is all because everyone is trying to separate themselves in order to be special. And you already are special, but you're special in your silence. You're special in the quiet moments. It's not about how much you can do. And there's so much of that pressure from all of the generations that have come before us within our DNA. And this is why I talk about like the ladies who are more emotionally charged. You're constantly giving emotion and giving sense and personality and to your emotions on the DNA level because of all of the things that have built up within the body system, which is why you have to clear your body system. Because it's if we look back in time where at least say America or whatever, America, the man, it's the whole male female gender roles where the man supported all of this. So if a man makes a ton of money, then he's in the position where he can now support a woman and then have a family. If a woman makes a ton of money, she don't need no man. So it's not the same. It's not uniting the clans. There's still too much separation within the beings that we all are, and who you are truly and what you are, right? There's too much energy around who you are. Okay. And because that's what the system does, is it destroys who you are on every level as much as it can by making you have to compete with everyone and everything else. Because like I said, if you were a man who could support, then you're going to be desirable by a woman, and therefore you can procreate and you can have a family. If you're a man, okay, who does not have a lot of things, you're not going to be chosen. And any woman that does end up with you is going to feel like, oh, well, I just had to settle here, right? For example, okay, there's tons of these examples, and we have to keep going beyond them. This is why there's so much disconnection with everyone, and there's so much misunderstanding, is because we're not truly recognizing the people, the beings that we are, and what we're here to do in this life in order to get things and to do this and to do, how many people, oh, I'm going to get married and everything's going to be perfect, or, oh, I'm going to make a ton of money and then I'm just going to be happy. Or, there's tons of people who aren't happy and have tons of money. There's people who, we're not doing enough. I mean, we're learning to do more of seeing beyond the veil. Everyone wants to see beyond the veil, but you're still stuck in the veil. You're still choosing what is right and what is wrong. And you're still saying, the ego is wrong. The personality is wrong. This is this and that is that. And forgetting how to see each other through these eyes in order to see who somebody is, right? And so it's a whole nother level that everyone needs to get into as themselves and who they are, instead of constantly prescribing yourself as who you are based on whatever things are happening in your life. I'm sorry for the pause right now. This connection isn't going too well. I don't know if I've been cutting out and cutting in, but it seems like the internet doesn't want to work. And we got some interference going on outside. But I wanted to really make this message because it's so important, because the world is still stuck in their self-identity. If you're saying you're not something, then you're giving life to that thing that you're saying you're not. We're all too busy identifying with who we are, what we look like, how much stuff we have. Hold on. It's just a neighbor. Holy shit. It's just a neighbor coming home from work. I don't know, what time is it? I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's the CB radio going on. I thought the police were here. Good Lord. All right, so let me get into whatever we have to talk about today. I'm going to get into some cards. We're going to cut this one short. We're going to be kind of quick on this because there's a lot of things to talk about. There always are. But it's really important right now that everyone gets over their own identity. Stop trying to prescribe yourself to who you are based in the now, based who you were in the past, based off of these beings that everyone thinks that they are. And, you know, this idea that you were special in some other lifetime, or that you have this many other, existences and this and that and the other. Once you get past the fact that there's all these other existences in this multidimensionality that you exist in, you'll realize that it's all this. It's irrelevant, right? Who you are now as a being that you are now is who you are now, right? For this now, as you exist in this now, and what are you here to do? But why did you incarnate into this? So it's kind of like understanding psychology and understanding it to the point where now take it into the soul level and into all the past lives that you have. Why are you what you are? Why are you here? Why did you do all of that in order to incarnate into this particular being, into this now, so that you can express and live life? So, right? So it's psychology on crack, right? On another level, on the highest of levels. Because even if you're from this soul group, or you're from this planet, or you're from this star system, well, why? For what? What are you doing there? Why do you exist? What does that existence have to do with even now? Now, of course, there is the connection, the line through that says, well, I incarnated there and I had these experiences, and then I incarnated here and then I had these experiences. But what is the similarity between all of those experiences, or the experiences that you had? So whether they're higher vibration, whether they're lower vibration, all of the experiences and your perspective about all of those experiences is what is your soul telling you, and who you are truly, what you are truly, not just within this lifetime. So we're going to get into some cards here right quick. Like I said, I want to keep this one short. You guys know I can blab for a long time. We are we. Yep, we always have been. We are we, and we will always be. We are one, and that's what everyone's forgetting. The whole reason for all the separation, the whole reason for the hate, the whole reason for this is because of the separation. Because you think this, and that person thinks that, and this person looks like that, and that person looks like this, and that, therefore we're all different. And we're not all different. There's subtle differences, yeah. There's obvious differences depending on what you use, your eyes, your ears. We don't all sound the same. We don't all see the same. We don't all necessarily think the same. But when you connect to the ultimate consciousness, all the thoughts are available to all of us. It just then matters what your interpretation is in order to translate it. And this is what channeling and mediumship has to do with. It has to come through you, and your perspective is going to color the message that you receive. Even if you and someone else receive the same energetic vibration of a message, it might be different. the way it comes out of you. And so this is what makes this experience and this creation such an amazing thing, because we get to play as the beings that we are and get to have all this type of fun and do all of these things together. And we're forgetting our unity in the process. Yeah. I knew the family was going to come out. I'm going to pull 3 cards. I'm going to do 3. There's 2. I was going to say, and there's 3. All right. So, the first one is the ladies. I'm going to get to... Oh, they have this divvied up so much. There we go. No, 1 more page. 2 more pages. There we go. So, first one, Vanheimer, home of the Vanir, fertility. Vanheimer is one of the 9 realms and situated west of Asgard. It is home to the tribe known as the Vanir, led by Freya, Fjord, and Njord. The Vanir live in a wild, untamed world that has no boundaries. Vanheimer is a place of beauty and thought to be the counterpart of Asgard. This lush, abundant landscape has fields of flowers, crops, trees, and water filled with life. The Vanir represent fertility. In drawing this card, you're receiving a special gift of creativity. It may entail a new offspring or an ideal that will blossom and create prosperity, both in the physical and spiritual sense. You are blessed with fertility. It is time to now sow the seeds and watch your crops grow. Shout out to spring season over here in this area of the planet. Whew, all right. That was a lot of energy, gals. Fertility, as we spread the new monkey message. Let's go to the next one. Let me get this going. Oh, wait, I think the runes are at the back. Hold on. There we go. Whew. So Tiwaz, spiritual warrior, sacrifice, justice. Tiwaz represents war, justice, and law. If you draw this card, you may need to deal with matters of the law and remain unattached to the outcome. Tiwaz indicates that it is time to pick up your sword and cut away the obstacles that are blocking your path. All spiritual warriors understand that sometimes you can only do so much to create the outcome you desire, and then you need to leave the rest up to the creator. You may be seeking justice, and you will have it, but it may come unexpectedly. This card also causes you to sacrifice a belief system or thought pattern that no longer serves you. Remember, the battlefield is within you, and Tiwaz has given you the sword and shield to aid and protect you in the fight. Creating a new dynamic, guys. Here we go. And Baldur is the son of Odin and Frigg. He is the husband to the goddess Nanna and father to the god Forseti. Baldur is so handsome, gracious, and cheerful, he gives off light. His message is to be the light you seek. Feel joy in your heart and allow it to expand out to the world and inward towards yourself. It is from the heart that gratitude, compassion, and forgiveness are born. Very good, very good. Oh, it's getting spicy. We're going to set this all up as we keep going with the collective monkey message. Whew. Go to the next set of cards. How's everybody doing? A lot of energies in the season of April in the northern hemisphere. We're going to go with you next. Okay. And this is what the point of it all is remembering that you are everything and everything is you. And that there's a lot of these learnings throughout that everybody's going to be running into. The energy is always here. You have to connect to the energy. What's happening now is the energy is being forced and or pushed upon us all so that we have to do the energies. But with all energy comes the integration and comes the now moment. And in all now moments, you can integrate the energy. The focus is creation. The focus is fighting for what it is that you're meant to be here for, and not getting distracted with everything else that is going on in the world. Yeah, we'll say it that way. All right. There's a lot of picking sides, even in the spiritual community. Is it light or is it dark? Listen, if it's not unity, then everything else is a distraction. There's a lot that we have to get to. There's a lot that you have to understand. There's a lot that you can do with your energy if you just focus it in the right directions. But it is the here and now, and it is what it is. And it is what it is based off of all of the energy that everyone is focused on. And the sooner you can focus on more positive energy and stay focused, the sooner this place will get better. The less you give into distractions of all kinds and you forget the path that you are on is of a spiritual nature, and you forget the reason you came here and what it is that you came here for and what you have to say about that, then the further and further and further away from your destiny you're going to be. You're going to go. The destiny is not of a material human nature, but it includes the human material nature. The only missing link, and why that sounds confusing or it sounds separative, is because of the mental separation that humans have with their spirituality, with their souls. And this is what they call the machinations of humans, where we're trying to create AI to make a perfect world. But the world is already perfect when you fix yourself. And humans are not taking responsibility on the level that they could be in order to make this place a better place. Because even the most tragic happenings in the world caused by the most evil people is only because they can't see how it's all connected. They're still stuck in the separation. They're stuck in their personality. They're stuck in their ancestral DNA lines. They're stuck with who they think they are and who they think they're supposed to be, instead of being what you are. And this is the whole concept that happens since we're all children, is we all just want to express ourselves and live free and be able to trust one another, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if we can learn to do that correctly, there will be no lack and there will be no missing of anything. And we will choose the right path for ourselves each and every time. But it's because we think that it cannot be, or that it still isn't, or this and that, and all of these creations that have been created in order to create the powerful, the AI timelines, right? Because even AI, we're supposed to love, supposed to be integrated. It's a part of us. There's a reason why we use technology. And no matter if you're against the AI or you're with the AI, you're using technology now, whether you like to hear that or not. And so again, it's this constant disconnection and constant separation and constant angles of perception that is keeping humanity from itself. within its own individual identities and personalities that are not separate from the one. The only separation is the rebel, let's say, and the goody two shoes. The only separation is that the goody two shoes is lying to themselves about how much rebellion they want to enact, and the rebellious one is too gung-ho on who they are to realize the discipline that they could be choosing, which they know they could be choosing a better, right? It's not any separate from each other. It's all in perspective, and it's all in the choice that everyone is assuming. If humanity is to come into any sort of level of higher dimensional unity, where there are, for example, beings that exist within a whole collective that share a similar mindset, and we as humanity who are not there yet look to them as if they are, and they are so good at what they do, well, what is it then that humanity is not doing? It's not recognizing its own self and similarity with everyone and everything. Next card. Be the wise leader. Oh. Not ready for bed. You are a beacon for others. Card meaning you are a leader. You carry wisdom and radiance that inspires others. Even if you're not always aware of the depth of wisdom within you, it's emerging by leaps and bounds. This is a time to step into your power and take a role of leadership. You're ready. Grab the reins, make decisions. It's okay if you're not 100% sure. Make decisions anyways. It's what a leader does. I'm going to read this because it seems like I should. On the journey, it's easy to, the sacred traveler wants you to know, on the journey, it's easy to tell who the leaders are. They have an inner grace and strength that glows from within. Others travel on the pathways that the leaders have created. The wise leader holds up the flame as a torch for others in the darkest night, but the leader also listens to the beat of their own drum. Grab the reins of life on your terms. Don't live to please and appease others to the detriment of your own needs. This is not what a leader does. Live without regrets. This is very important, because just as I was saying about the childlikeness that's within all of us, every single one of us wants to blaze our own path, whether you want to be shown the way or whether you want, because everyone who becomes a leader learns from everything in life. There is no separation in learning and growing from life and learning from others. Once we realize how connected we are in all of this, we're all going to be able to learn from anything and everything at all times. And it has nothing to do with leading or not leading, right? This, it's a great card, but again, it's only alluding to some sense of separation, if you will, that there are leaders and then there are followers. The only reason there are followers, if you will, is because followers are choosing to not live by the beat of their own drum. They're choosing to go the safe route. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist within them to lead themselves, because at the end of the day, all of us can only lead our own lives. And so every single one of us is a leader, but we also follow what we learn and traditions and what we're taught, and we follow what we learn from all the things. Excuse me. And so this is about uniting. This is about really becoming what it is, like the past cards with Baldur and the wars and the fertility and the shining and the sword and shield from what was it? Timur. What was the card, right? There's so many things for people to learn, to put together. But It's already put together within themselves. And this is why it is important to go within and realize that you already know everything that you need to know for this moment. Because in every moment, in order for you to go to the next moment, you exist and you know what you need to know to get to the next moment. All right, let's see what else. All right, we're going to do Perdoname. Lots been going on, guys. I have been very busy, so I'm a bit tired right now. And my bedtime is now very early, which is an hour from now. So I'm going to wrap this up. Hopefully this is beneficial to everyone. But I wanted to extrapolate to emphasize the importance of stop identifying with stuff. Stop choosing to be only light or only dark. Stop choosing to be or assuming that you are only one thing or another thing, because we're missing the point. Like I've always been saying, is no one is exempt from this, and everyone is making excuses for who they are, for why they are. This is what happened to me, so this is why I am how I am. Yet we know this is what's been happening to humankind for millions of years, thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. Okay, when are you going to get over it? When are we all going to get over it? When are we going to start being honest and start not being afraid to have an open heart and an open mind, and to share and to be ourselves and not have to try to, like I said, fit in? You are already human. You already fit in. It's that everyone is trying to show face or trying to assume an identity or a personality that they perceive to be the better personality than another personality. And therefore, you're just assuming a stance and separating yourself from the fact that we're all the same. Okay. I've already beat this on this drum a million times, but that's what I do on this channel, right? Because this is still the lesson that people are still getting to. No matter all the stuff that's coming out there nowadays, this is the point that everyone is going to eventually get to, with all of the stuff and all of the personalities and all of, just like me right now, assuming a personality, right? Or assuming an angle on all of this stuff. It's all the angles until we realize that there are all the angles, and you are all the angles, and I am all the angles, and we're just sitting here expressing all of the angles to a higher or lower degree, because we're either in fear or you're in confidence. You know, like like anything, people who are shy, there are people who are shy who have completely won, or who are introverted people, and they've totally made success of their lives, right? Then there are people who are shy and introverted who are not per se making, who are hiding still and who are living in shadow. Then there are people who are super powerful, strong, outgoing, who are destroying their lives, let's say, right? You know, because there's so much energy and they're just all over the place, and they're burning everything down. They're burning all their bridges. But then there's people who are totally outgoing, and they've achieved great success with their inspirational ways and their energy and their charm and their vibration and their love and their sunshine, right? So we are all of the things. Okay, I'll stop right there. Instead of going into more explanations. Woo. Let's see what the Sacred Oracle has to say for humanity, for collective. For the collective. Whoa. Yeah, shaky cards. careful when we're talking about the collective. You know, it's like people saying, oh, I'm old, so I can't understand it. No, you can understand it. It might take you a little longer, but I'm pretty sure you can figure it out, you know, or I'm too young, you know, or well, you know, usually people don't say I'm too young, but others will say you're too young, they're too young. So they don't understand anything. No, they understand, you know. It's just a different way of communicating because it's a higher vibrational, you know, way of knowing. It's like me and explaining all these things in all this depth, you know, when on a personal level, I'm kind of quiet and I don't necessarily need to explain all that stuff, right? I speak, you know, a little less or a little unless I get excited and I get passionate and then I'm wanting to explain all of this to everyone. And it's all just, and then it all depends on who's watching or who's listening and how they can assimilate information. But are you assimilating the information on the soul level and an intuitive level, or are you assimilating it based on a mental level, based on all the things that you've been taught, or based on what you can feel and you know in your heart, right? Because there's no judgment, there's no reason to hurry people up. There's something that happens. It's when you're a kid. It's like high school, you know, they're in your teenager. There's this thing that happens where the mature people, you know, tend to have an air about them where they understand what's being said, and you know, and they're a little quiet, they're cool, like they get it, you know, and whatever. Whereas, and then someone who's out there explaining it a lot and talking gets looked at as someone who needs to be heard, right? And these sorts of things, right? And instead of the brave people that they are in expressing consistently and passionately what they feel, right? So there's this thing that happens about becoming older and more mature that sort of shuts people down from that passion and that fire to explain all that stuff that we had when we were kids, for example, or at least the desire to explain it all, because some people will internalize that, you know, introverted, and then, you know, build it up that way. And it's a weird human concept, like all the other ones. That's all I'm trying to say. There's this whole world of assumption and judgment and understanding that to me has never made any sense. Not on the surface, not for what it is, not, or you know what I mean, not for what it seems like it is, not for what it's portrayed as, you know. Like a text or a meme, you know, sharing a post on social media and then assuming that people assume that they know the entirety of a person's personality based off of that one thing. You know what I mean? Like it's just not. It's just everyone knows how complex we all are, but then we assume that we're simple to understand that it's all right. Like in that example, let's just say. All right, Sacred Earth Oracle. Come on, let's help the collective, and I'm getting out of here for today because I am ready to go. Let's see. I wanted to get this out because the world's still trying to identify itself with who they think they are and what's better and what's worse and what's whatever the case is. So ready for bed. Oh my gosh, guys, I apologize. If I'm a little lackluster and I'm more just trying to get the point across today. You know. Right? People have told me that did I say this earlier? You know, that yeah. Like that I just want to be heard. And I just say, you know what? Yeah. Because I got it all figured out. I hate to break it to people. I don't know what else. Oh, now you come out. I don't know what else everybody else needs to figure out. right? Of course, I don't have it figured out for every individual person because every individual person's on their individual timeline. But if you guys want to know oneness, it's pretty simple and it's not complicated. And the more you try to understand it all, the further and further away you're going to get, which we know. And I've said a million times. Okay. Number 2, what are you? Potential. So we got discernment. And potential, right? Yeah, we know that. We got a lot of potential. Potential is created within your discernment, guys. This is what we're talking about right now. Excuse me. And listen. So we got discernment. I'll read it. We all know what it is. Let me drop it down. The earthly meaning is the books, films, and people you choose to spend time with subtly feed your beliefs about how the world works. DNA. Choosing good food means your body can absorb all the nutrients it needs for optimal health. The same applies for the information and attitudes you surround yourself with. Be selective about the movies, books, and conversations you have. Give yourself the opportunity to absorb higher thinking, greater visions, and deeper love. Spiritual meaning is breathe in the Divine Mother's deep love for this world. Surround yourself with works of peace and compassion. Take on the beauty and joy of living. Increase your concentration of love, and it will naturally flow out into the world from high to low, following the channels to where it is needed most. The energy you foster in yourself and in the world is a choice. Be selective. Choose love. Thank you. So amazing. This is why we must all choose love and peace and the higher timelines. We have to choose it, meaning you have to do it. You have to be it. You have to think it. You have to feel it. Okay. I'm going to relax. I need to relax because I ain't getting to bed early tonight. I'm telling you right now. This is like, maybe I will. Hopefully I'll burn myself out and I'll just pass out. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Love is the legion. Hello. Goodness. Potential. Earthly meaning. All energy can be harnessed and used in myriad of ways. Just as elite athletes learn to use nervous energy to better their performance, it is up to you to draw on the energy stored in a negative experience to fuel your motivation, determination, or creativity. Use whatever life sends you to your advantage. You can sit on the potential within you, or you can release it. It is your choice. This is not a matter of circumstance, ability, or worthiness. Convert a possibility into reality. That's it. That's it. Instead of saying, oh, I'm nervous, I'm shaky, blah, 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 say, I'm going to burn this place down in 5 seconds if nobody gives me a hug because I'm shaking. You know what I mean? Use that energy. It's this constant mentality that is pushed upon people to think that you're just dying all the time, right? And I don't want to say it that way, but that's spiritual meaning. Through grace and love, we continue to transform. Nothing we do is lost or forgotten. As we realize, short. Oh yeah, it totally goes too bright. Through grace and love, we continue to transform. Nothing we do is lost or forgotten. As we realize our hidden potentials, we create our destiny. One day we shall become stars. Through this process, many future Earths shall be born, where we can live as one in the arms of the Divine Mother. The ground you walk on, the rain that falls, her love is stored in everything. All things. Oneness. All right. Oh, wait, I got to listen. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Don't make me go get Karen. Earthly meaning, you can talk yourself in circles but remain unheard. At other times, you can be heard without uttering a word. The onus of understanding is on the listener. Love, care, and consideration are expressed by an attentive ear and a welcoming heart. Sound is wasted on those that won't hear. Save your voice. You will learn more by listening. A truth needs to be heard. Spiritual meaning. Sound existed long before the ability to perceive it. It was always there, invisible, undetected, or merely felt as low, deep waves of vibration, or high. Thank you. I mean, you're welcome. The universe loves you. Its message is humming, pulsing, and vibrating through all of creation. Yes, love's undulation floats in empty space, waiting to be received. Extend your senses, awaken to the message of the universe. Boom. And that's really cool because I wanted to talk about this on the show. I'm glad I just was reminded. Thank you. Have you guys seen The Mist? The mist around, yeah, right here. That's all you need to know. Listen, Linda, don't make me go get Karen, because I'll destroy Linda and Karen, but I'll go get her first. And if you don't like the sound of that, you better listen. All right. I guess what Spirit told me is I'm seeing auras with my physical eyes. So I was watching a YouTube video. And I noticed all around me, I was seeing mist. It was white mist, right? Just off of everything. And as soon as, it's third eye stuff. As soon as you try to focus on it, it disappears, because then you see the table in front of you or whatever it is. But it was mist. So I bring my hand over, and then I'm seeing the mist curling off of my hand and the energy, right? So I wanted to mention that because I always like to give shout outs to when things are happening for me that I can share that you guys might be going through similarly, where the energy it's misting. I can see it. Like if I focus right now, I can see, I don't know about right now, because there's a lot of lights and I'm trying to stay focused on this video. But there's a mist that exists. So it's kind of like seeing air, but it's not air. It's the energy that we're permeating. Yeah, permeating. I paused on permeating, but that's the right word. So that was pretty cool. As the third eye goes. No. Oh, wait. Okay, we can do these. Are you sure? No. No. I'm doing Robin Williams. Yes. I can't wait either. Yeah, buddy. That's what's up. I know. I did 15 and a half hours of OT last week and another 6 this week. So I'm it's time to go to work, and I got my lunchbox. That's all I'm saying. Well, not yet, but it's here. It's just not physically yet. I got to buy an actual lunchbox and get some ice pads and do that whole thing. But for now, we good because it's not super sunny out yet. So I'm about to get a lunchbox. I got to run to the store. I just had my first couple days off. I slept all day yesterday. So today was the laundry and pickup and cleanup and all of that type of day. So that's why I feel just like I'm ready to crash. I'm so exhausted. Like I got to get to bed early because we got works to do. And there's a lot of things coming down the pipelines. I'm working like nonstop 24/7 right now. Like I got nothing else to do but work. Except when I get upset or, I don't mean upset. I mean like, vibrationally, I get like, no more locked doors. They make me crazy. So then I just sleep and meditate and sleep and stretch and do exercises and drink water and make shakes and salads and then go back to bed because it feels good. That's all I'm saying. So I'm excited for sleep tonight. It's going to be great. My sleep is always great. I had dreams. I had a dream about one of us the other night. That was funny. One of the Soul Tribe. Hi-yo, Ichabe. Right, hold on. Well, you stop. You keep coming out in doubles, and they're all reversed. I don't know if that really means anything. I don't really care, because that's not the point of the message. When the card's reversed, it means that you're on the opposite side of the polarity. Just you know, everybody wanting to be told who they are, how they are, and what they are. No. All right, no. Come on, guys. We're all supposed to be spiritual gurus and spiritual people teaching everybody else how to be spiritual. And no more tarot cards in order to figure out how to navigate your life. All right, no more. That's it. It's time to upgrade. It's time to awaken. This is why I'm exhausted, because I'm still trying to wake everybody up. Every day, I'm trying to wake everybody up. Every day. I mean, and I don't even want to wake up. And come on, y'all. There's levels to this thing. How come I got to keep waking up? I just learned that lesson. No, you didn't. You're still not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And what you're all that we're all supposed to be doing is loving everything that we're doing. That's the key, because everything else is a judgment. Everything else is a separation. Everything else is going to make you feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you're not doing this. You're not doing that. Listen, you know what you're supposed to be doing, and you know how you feel if you do it or if you don't do it. It doesn't feel good when you don't do it. But if you're not appreciating what you have available to do and what then you choose to do, knowing you maybe want to choose something else, but you still choose, you need to love yourself. You need to love whatever you choose to do, and you need to love your life. That's the great spiritual fucking key to all of this. How are you going to manifest this? How are you going to manifest? Love yourself. Love your introverted, love your extroverted, love your stupid side, love your cluelessness, love the fact that you're still learning and you don't know everything. Love the fact that you know as much as you know. Love the fact that you knew you should have done better and you didn't anyways, because you said, so what? It's too bad, so sad, yo dad, and I wanted to do this. Love it. Love is the key. And we're not loving ourselves enough because we're too busy judging ourselves for everything we do. Stop. Judgment doesn't end if you're still judging yourself. Stop it. Just stop. No, don't. Okay? Don't. You stop it right now. You stop it. Okay? This is what this all has come down to. Everything, everyone, everywhere. Right? Love whatever you're doing. You have to. And I mean that on an emotional level. You know what I mean? I mean that, like, if you're going and causing terrorization, you really shouldn't. I mean, if that's what you want to do, people who do that love to do that. And that's why it gets created. But that's a discussion for another video, which you can go back and check out, because I already talked about all this stuff a million times. You know, you got to know the difference between what you're loving and what you're not loving. You know what I mean? And how that makes you feel and how that makes others feel. Okay, empathy. There's a lot of things people have to learn. There's a lot of things people still have to, and not even just learn, but integrate to the point where you're aware of it at all times, right? It's like when you're awakened and you're aware to stuff, it's like you see things happening and you see corner of your eye, peripheral, you see and you know and you understand and you see, right? That's because you're everywhere. The concept of expanding your light out into the whole world, into the universe, into the earth, everything. into the store that you're in or the area within a hundreds mile radius. You're expanding your energy out. And just the simple fact that you can conceptualize the idea that you as one point in place can expand out into all different areas surrounding you, and you can feel that and get feedback. That's your superpower. That's how you know that your consciousness is broad. Let's put it that way. Hold on. We're doing 6 cards. Look at that. Look at you. Look at you. Come on. So the first 2 cards I pulled was like, I don't remember. Never mind. I can see the picture, but I forgot what it's called. Come on, one more. One more for the light side. Because this whole bottom row is light side. We're going to do, there it is. All right. Ooh. All right. Guilt. Pleiades in the past. Power of sound, Vega. This was already another card. And returning the favor. Zeta. Present. Guilt past. Power of sound past. Zeta. Present. The power. Right? In the past, we had guilt. Guilt. Judgment. So I'm not extrapolating. I'm not even going to read it, because if you haven't been listening to this whole video, you're not going to understand the card. All the cards that I pull at the end of all my videos explain everything I've been talking about. Just wanted to catch you guys up. Power of sound. Past. Yes. Present. Returning the favor. What are we here to do? We're here to return the favor. They're going to help us. Look at how golden they are. Okay? We have to remember, we have to take all of this guilt through vibration and power of sound that goes back to the beginning of time, because it all goes back to the beginning of time. It's not just you and your DNA and the this and your traumas and the this and the that. It goes back to the beginning of time that guilt was created. It was created in the beginning, along with everything else that was, in the beginning, flash, bang, boom, right? We're going to return the favor. Okay. And they're here helping. Zetas have been coming to me for like, whenever I was doing courses. It's like 4 or 5 years ago, 5 years ago, probably now. Okay. The Zetas, they're not all bad. Okay. Can you feel their energy? They've been shrouded. They know what we're going through, and they're here to help. Okay. Then we had light side. So this came out in an opposite order. So I'm just going to put this to show this in the order it came out. Okay. Good intentions. It was good intentions. Serious past. And they had good intentions. All right, but at some point somebody hijacks the system and then creates all the separation with everything, right? Too much separation, too much like, oh, what's this? I'm going to go over there. Oh, what's that? I'm going to go over. What's this vibration? What's that vibration? And with losing the awareness of keeping it home because your family loves you and wants you to do that and to share that with you. You don't have to hide. You don't have to run away as a child from your family. Okay. And hey, listen, I'm not going to talk about the human incarnation, but the concept is there, right? When your family knows better, then that, again, we got to have awareness, right? It's not good or bad, right? We want to share with each other. Okay. Anyways, next one. I'm not going to get into that one. Oh, so we hit the snooze. You spent all day in bed. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, good. All week? Oh, good. That's great. I hope you guys are killing it over there. Fluidity, Andromeda, parallel. There you go. Right. Coming back home. Fluidity. What's the significance? This is right below sound. Okay. Guilt below good intention, or good intentions and guilt. Okay. Don't feel bad. It's okay. We love you. Forgiveness means everything. Second to love. Forgiveness. No matter how many times you get wronged over and over again, right? Fool me once, it's on you. Fool me twice, it's on me. Stop fooling yourself, and you won't have to feel bad about giving and expressing and being here with people, right? The whole world, oh, I don't want to experience life anymore because I was wronged. No, you can't do that. Can't do that. You got to keep going. You got to keep experiencing it, but you got to learn when to say no, right? When to say your boundaries. 5, fluidity, Andromeda, parallel. Okay, fluidity, power of sound. Because it's all here, right? So secrecy, 44. This is the last card that I pulled, which I was asking for the third one. Light side, serious past, secrecy. And why do we have the separation? Very good card. Appreciate you guys being honest. Okay, how many other seriouses did we have, right? What was the other one? Good intentions, serious past, secrecy, serious past. There you go. And this goes, secrecy goes with returning the favor and the zetas, okay? It's coming back. The secrecy is what's hurting all of us. It's what's hurting you. Don't make me get Karen. Oh, I clicked on that again. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Is this making sense? I don't know how to break down what I'm saying to everybody. I just say it on the level that I'm saying it. And you better get it. If you don't get it, you ask me questions so I can better explain. This is what I'm creating in my own time in the background. It's a step-by-step course, ultimate explanation course. How do I explain the whole universe? When it's already been explained. I don't know. We're just going to have to pick another angle and try to do it all over again. Which is fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I know. As I said, it's fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to do it again. Right? How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? Well, nobody ever figured it out. The crow did it in 3, but he crunched on that last one. So I don't really know if that was a lick. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen the video, you know what I'm saying. Otherwise, you're going to have to look it up. Look up the original get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. And you'll realize he never figured out how many licks. As soon as he went, I said, well, so much for that experiment. Like, he just ruined the whole thing. That's not what he just asked for, right? Because he got impatient. 90 degrees. Yeah. Finally. I was like, it was good here, and I was gonna roll out, and it was like I was ready to roll out the next day. Like I was like, I'm coming, and then I looked, and it was like snow, like 2 hours north, like snow for another 2 hours in the snow, and another 2 hours out of the snow, but it was still snow, and I was like, shit. I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait, because I ain't gonna kill myself to go see my friends. I just wanted, because then what's the point? I didn't even make it there. I mean, geez, Louise, sorry. It's a bad thought. I don't want to talk. See, I'm trying to be positive. Anyways, gotta explain myself to everybody out here. Jeez. Right? That's why I love playing and talking smack, because I don't take it personally, and I don't know how to explain that to people, you know? Like, I don't, people think that we're still trapped within these personas, and I, for one, am not. You know what I mean? Everything happens, and it happens, and it happens, and happens, and I feel what I feel, and then I do this, and I do that. And then after that's all done, my soul just goes, okay, now what we're gonna do? Like, let's go have fun. like I'm willing to forget all of that stuff if we could just go, like, go play hopscotch or something. Like, I don't even care what just happened. It's like, right? Everybody, this identity stuff. Everybody's like self-identifying with what they feel emotionally, or even what you think spiritually, right? Wait, this is what I want to talk about too, is, that level, even going beyond the observer that you are. Because as a soul, you can observe yourself, your incarnated self, but you are still not just an observer as a soul, right? So it's like talking about creation on other levels. But again, we live in this place of incarnation, lower density, and it's a constant fight. We're in a war that nobody's admitting that we're in, right? You war on your own mind because of the energies that are here. The war that has been created on our food, right? I said in my last video, air is polluted, the water's polluted, the food is polluted, but we're all going to sit here and yell at each other. You don't get it. Like all the stuff I'm saying, like I'm saying you this, I'm saying, right? I'm making a lot of perceptually lower dimensional judgments, but that's not why I'm saying what I'm saying. It's not to do that. So what are we going to talk about? Triggers? Yeah, I already made that video. All right. Okay. So hopefully we're all coming along here. That's why this is just monkey manifestation at this point, because I don't think anybody's listening. And then people say, you just want to be heard. Yeah, I do. I really do. I really wish I could be heard fully. Okay. And I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying, like, do you see what I'm saying? I don't care. Anyways, I'm gonna crack myself up. You better slow down. I wish I could express the way that I see life to everybody. Oh my God. It's not like I don't talk enough in order to do it, but then people still gonna tell me what I am. Yeah. Heard that one before. I'm gonna talk about who I am. You don't even know who you are. I'm a time mage. I'm going to kick your butt, dude. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. And I know you watch these shows. I'm going to drop kick you to the moon. All right. And then you're going to be like, oh, finally, thanks. I'm finally home. Like, I don't care. You're not getting it. Like, this isn't about just sitting in darkness and being mystical and hiding from the whole world and not sharing your gifts that you have to share. Why do you think I go light side and I go dark side? Okay, anyways, let's go, Mr. I know who I am. Good for you. Now what are you going to do with that? Come on, bro. I love you, and you got so much to offer this place. Quit hiding, acting like you need to hide because the world doesn't get it. Yeah, we know they don't get it. That's why we're here. I love you. I love you so much right now. I can't even express it. That's why it's all coming out like this. That's why I'm still talking about you. And you know who you are. Love you guys. Oh my gosh. Hey, Sarah. Mwah. Sarah, the one who I had the dream about. I was just going to say, I didn't want to say if you didn't pop on. I was saying earlier I had a dream about the Soul Fam. It was me and one of us hanging out. I was going to send you a message on it, but I never got around to it. because my head is still pounding right now. Not still, it just started to. I'm getting dehydrated. Okay, crows for the week, and then I'm out of here. Oh my God, it's been 45 minutes since I said I was going to go. Make it quick. It always happens like that. I ain't go to sleep. The hermit. What's going on? Wait, I don't know how to count in Roman numerals right now. This is not like who makes the cards of Roman numerals? Come on, man. What are you doing? None of us read Roman numerals. We're not in Sparta. Everybody's trying to be fancy out there, I swear. Oh, it's not 11, it's 9. Okay. I had my ones and my I's and X's versted. Boom. The hermit. Meditation, time alone, enlightenment, and wisdom. Elements, earth, ground, your ass. The solitary hermit crow, aged and wise, is perched upon a sacred tree in quiet contemplation. Deep in the woods, he listens to what the tree needs to say as the falling snow lands on the smallest of branches. Nice. I knew that. It is the tree that has provided the crow knowledge and is a symbol of the subconscious mind. After his time of quiet reflection, he is ready to pass his knowledge to those who are willing and prepared to travel into the thickest part of the woods. In his mouth, he holds a lantern, a symbol of wisdom to light the way. The soft, bright, glistening snowflakes represent cleansing and moving in a spiritual direction that will lead to fulfillment in one's journey. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're doing, right? Grounding it in. Look, just kicking it. Just kicking it with you and your lanterns, right? That's it. Where am I going? I don't know. We're going to go this way. Why? Because wherever I go, I shine the light. That's what I'm saying. All right, because what was the other cards? Being a leader? Whatever. I don't want to go through them all again. All right. Number 3 of cups. This is 3 of cups. They're all drinking. I'm going to read it, as I always do. Like, at this point, I should know them all by heart, but I just, I probably could if I, took the time to figure it out and oh yeah, that card means, but I just rather read it. It's time to celebration. The 3 crows happily play together and drink from cups overflowing with water. Food is abundant and the warm sun creates a peaceful glow in the garden. Together they are experiencing a joy that is achieved by the positive energy each crow brings to the yard. Booyah. Milkshakes. They drinking milkshakes. These crows want you to know that play is necessary and we all need to take the time to enjoy moments with friends and family. Yes. Why don't you know? Why don't you know? Why don't you know? And then we got dun dun dun. 10 of Swords. The defeated broken crow lies on the ground at the bottom of a cliff surrounded by cold, barren rocks. Alone in his misery, this poor bird has been left for dead. Impaled by 10 swords, his ordeal is marked by the heaviness of betrayal. The 10 of Swords could indicate being backstabbed and may denote the end of a painful situation. If there is one positive aspect to this card, it is that the time of suffering will soon be over. This card asks you to let go and accept that an end is coming. By doing so, you will find the strength to move on. I think that's the important part of this card. Is everyone sees it as, oh no, I'm going to die now. And that's not really the case. The fact of the matter is that all the things are going to die. If we look at this all as one and focus and meditation and being in true alignment with the one, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things have to go bye-bye. All of these distractions is what's killing the bird. You know what I'm saying? This is why you're like, F it, I'm done. And then you're like, go ahead, just get it over with. But after this, comes life, comes your new life. It's only when all of these things are fully let go of And what does this represent? The ability to let go of them all, because they've all run their course in your life and they've all done you in. And now you have no reason anymore to even consider them, because they've achieved all of their goals and they don't have to be a part of you anymore, because we are immortal beings and we will continue to move on and go on and keep it on moving on. And so that's why it's a blessing in disguise, this card, right? Like I said earlier, instead of everybody saying, oh, who am I? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Listening to the next tarot card to tell you who you are and what you feel inside and what you have to do. You know what you have to do. Every single one of us knows what we have to do. Every single one of us knows you got to eat that salad instead of that burger. You know it. That's it. I got nothing else to say no more. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all sitting here like, when we gonna get this show on the road? When you gonna get this show on the road? Come on now. That way in the house. He's showing the way. He said, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm done. I'm going that way. Which way? I said that way. Try to find me if you can. Right? Most won't. Right? Like he's on his own path, right? Into the new, into the finally being and doing that which is aligned with oneself. That shit is epic. And that's what a lot of the world is afraid of. Because like I said on this whole thing, identity. Everybody's too busy identifying with something. Identifying with I got bank rolls and area codes. Okay. I don't want to say the whole thing, right? I got croissant rolls on, never mind. It's like, I got this, I got that. I don't got that. I don't got this. I got this. You know what I mean? And we're all forgetting to look each other in the eyes and see who it is that we're actually talking to. You know what I mean? That's why I made that example earlier about guys and gals, because of our DNA, because of our ancestry, because of the society that we grew up in, where men support the gender roles, men supported the women. So women are trained to look for a man who provides them with stuff, and then whereas like a man makes all the money, makes tons of money, he thinks to himself, cool, I can have a wife and then a family now and I can support them. Maybe I'll be fortunate enough to have that. And then a woman looks at it like, well, if he can't support that, then I ain't going to get no way. So then why would I? So now she's going to pick based on what, right? Instead of looking in the eyes of each other and realizing who we are as soul. Eyes are the windows to your soul. And we're missing everything. And we got divorce. We got nobody's meeting this right people, keep going with that example, you know what I mean? Like it's all over the place, you know what I mean? And shout out to those of you who are or whatever in that example. But it's like, whether it's your status, your success, it's all of this shit, and everybody's wondering what's going on. How come we can't? How come it's we're waiting? I've been waiting for so long for the ascension. And it's like, when are you going to ascend? You going to ascend? You going to go that way? Or you're going to keep doing this way that it's always been told to you you're supposed to do it as, that your whole mentality and your whole DNA is still doing, So that's a big thing to do, but all you need is some discipline, and it's really not that bad, Eat that salad instead of the burger. It's not that bad, you know what I mean? Why do you think burgers are so easy to get? You know what I mean? Like I make a mean salad nowadays. I'm saying I got mushroom, tomatoes, olives, onions, peppers, spinach, mixed greens, whatever, lettuce, carrots. What else? What else you want? Cucumbers in that mug. I got all of that stuff, like anything and I can't think of it all. Right? And then some salt and pepper, some oil, some vinegar. You could do some apple cider vinegar, which is good for you. Just make one of those. The bowl is this big. You know what I mean? I don't even want to eat nothing else after that, and I feel good. Make some shakes, eat some fruits. You know what I mean? It ain't that hard. It's delicious. It is delicious. It's not a burger delicious, but you know, like I say, everybody wants it, but they're not doing it because we're too busy identifying with rebel, like I said earlier, with rebel or goody two shoes, thinking that it's different and thinking that it's separate. And it's all it is a matter of degree. Because the goody two shoes, why do you think all the Christian school girls love the bad boy? And then, just go with that example, right? It's just we are all the things. We are all one, and we are all connected, and we are all connected to the same things. But we're sitting here separating ourselves all the time, constantly. The only thing to separate yourself with is what do you actually do? What do you actually like to do? You know what I'm saying? And then what you do doesn't define you, but it defines how you like to express yourself on this plane of existence. That's all that it expresses. So we're missing the this part, which is why still opposites keep attracting, but then like attracts like. Okay, so which one is it, Spirit? A story for another time. I don't want to get into it. I'm ready to go. Yeah, rebel, right? Rebel against the rebellion against the rebellion. That's all it is. Because everybody is too far heads up to boo-ha's in order to realize what they're actually doing. You know, because the rebel has to realize that he needs to learn discipline, and he actually needs to learn the system that he's living in and learn how to utilize it in the way that will benefit him, instead of just rejecting all of it all the time, right? Like going that way. You can learn how to sign the right documents that will define you as a sovereign person and not a number person. There's actual ways to do it. So don't just rebel and just keep rebelling and thinking that's gonna, you know what I mean? And that's the fun part. I mean, you know what I mean? That's the fun part. Like we all gotta do all of this work, and we all gotta do it over and over again until we all do it all. So it's, you know, once again, but that's the higher level discussions that are a little bit more difficult to put onto public video yet, but don't worry, they're coming, because I'm all about that. I'm just getting warmed up here anyways, guys, right? This is when we're all going to shine. Don't worry, I just started where I told you guys I did 15 and a half hours OT last week. So this is about to be popping. And I'm taking my knapsack, right, with the red and white checkers, picnic bag on the stick, and I'm out. I'm sacred traveling this mug. All right. So I can't wait. Just a soul whose intentions are good. That's right. Exactly. See? And that's it. And then, but, you know, you're considered I don't want to say you are, but a rebel because you're going that way and you're not going the common way. Right. So again, labels and perceptions and identities and, all these things. And that's what I said in the beginning, just a quick recap is how it all came to me just, 2 days ago where, it's literally just, it's all of these identities and all of these assumptions and all of this, and it's all because people are expressing themselves, but in the back of their minds, they're existing within their comfort space. It's the fact that people think that you don't know what people think they can hide their minds from what they're saying. You know what I mean? People think that they can hide what's going on inside of them. And for the most part, I guess for the most part, I say for the majority of people, because most people aren't paying attention. But it's not that they don't know on an instinctual, intuitive, on a subconscious level, right? So they know, But that's what's happening. And so this is why Spirit has said before, it's about being honest and the childlike heart, because you can't hide it, or how you can't hide it in the higher realms. You can't hide your intentions, because everybody knows your intentions. They can see it right through what you're saying, what you're looking like, what you're, and it's not just body language, right? It's in, because anybody can pause and then just kind of look, but it's like, even right now I'm pausing and I'm looking, but I'm still saying something. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how much we try to hide it, with enough thought and enough quick thinking and conscious awareness, you're going to be able to tell what that person's thinking and why, right? And this is what the telepathy is. This is what your clairs are. This is what, we all know that. I'm talking to y'all right now. Look who's on right now. You know what I mean? I will totally will, bro. I'm usually checking YouTube. Excuse me, because most of y'all are on YouTube, everybody I listen to, so I haven't seen whatever that one was, but I'll check it again. But yeah, man, I'm so excited for what is to come as we all step into this. But like I said before, we have to, you know what I mean? We got to explain all this to everybody, like the best way we can, like I see you, and it still doesn't mean that I can, like, you know what I mean? Like we don't know, like maybe you had trauma as a kid and it's like, what kind of trauma, like the trauma of feeling like you're not enough as a kid, right? It could come from a million different sources. So we might not know the exact source, maybe it was more from your teachers, and then maybe more from your parents, or maybe from your dad or your mom's side, right? And when you get into it, you can see that, obviously, but it's still just an assumption until Spirit verifies it or whatever. Anyways, this is getting too deep. I can't. I don't want to freak anybody out. It's like, right, I'm trying to sit here and say, like, we can't act like we know everything, you know what I mean? But because you don't, but then at the same time you do. But there's a certain way that you know it. There's a certain, right? It's just a knowing. This is the gnosis, it's you don't have to be accurate. And that's what makes you accurate, you know what I mean? Because, like recognizes like, all that kind of stuff. But it goes way beyond psychology. It goes way beyond spirituality, right? That's the thing. This is why I like making I talk. This is the point of all my shows, is that it's, I'm talking to all dimensions, on this show, and primarily humans, because it's YouTube. But it's like this all has to be said, and until it's respected and understood on the human level by all dimensions, ain't nobody. Don't tell me you're here to help, because you're not. You know what I mean? Did you guys hear that? It's a baby. It's a baby. Get in my belly. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta go to bed in 23 minutes. So no extra show tonight. Me and Pre, we're gonna hop on and do something, so we'll have to do it some other time. I'm getting into my weekly pattern now that I'm working hardcore, so, and then figuring out how to work outside of that. So all right, I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Ideally no more Sunday spiritual session, because I'm not going to be around on Sundays. Yeah. All right. Love your faces. See you guys next time. Much love. Thanks for checking it out. Hopefully it helped you guys. If you have any questions out there, or any challenges or concerns, or anything you'd like to say, send me a message and I'll explain it to you. Much love. Bye.